Welcome back, everybody. It is New Comic Book Day, and I am Jiles McCoy, and I am happy to be here tonight because I got a bunch of stuff to show off that I picked up this week. So not only do I have all of my new comic books from earlier today, but I also have some pickups from the week, including one of my not massive grails, but an issue that I've always wanted to pick up, and plus some unfortunate pickups as well. So a lot of stuff to cover off on today. But before I get into my stuff, let's talk a little bit about the comic books of the week and what's going on in the comic book news. So I'm going to pull up a couple of web pages, the ones we always take a quick look at, and let's talk through what's going on here. So the most popular books, according to League of Comic Books, number one coming in this week is Ultimate Spider-Man number 16, then Detective Comics 2025 annual number 1. Then we've got the Batman Superman World's Finest 2025 annual number 1, Fantastic Four number 31, and then rounding out number 5 in a independent slot, if you can call Boom independent, I guess they are, is Something is Killing the Children number 41. Now, rounding out the top 10, we have some good ones. We've got Void Rivals here, number 18, Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween number 7, then a free comic book day comic book, and I don't know of a way to actually pull those here at a shop, but apparently on League of Comic Books, they show a way to pull that, and it's Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Universe number 1. Okay, interesting. Then we got Nick's number 10, which I would not have suspected to be so high on the list, but it is pretty high up on the list there. And then Radiant Black number 33. I've never actually read an issue of Radiant Black before, but being in the top 10 here for the pulls on League of Comic Book Geeks, that kind of makes me interested in what's going on. Before I move on to the next section, everybody out in the audience, thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions about any of the stuff that I talk about, let me know. As always, I'm looking for a weekly co-host, a weekly guest, and other folks interested in talking about comics to jump on this stream with me. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to hit me up. You can find me all over social media, or you can email me at my email address that is easy to find if you look for it just a little bit. But all right, now we're going to move on to the keys of the week, and there's a comic book that is the key of the week that I think is pretty special. So they meaning Key Collector Comics has identified 23 comic books that are keys. Of course, if you watch this, that I don't always agree with what is a key by Key Collector Comics, but this is what they've got: World's Finest, Chamberlain's number 1, Doom Division number 2, Fantastic Four 31, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. I just don't see that as being a key. Godzilla versus Amazing Spider-Man, first appearance of God Venom. And if you look closely, will this make it big? This is Venom on top of the Spider-Man suit. And I don't know, has Venom ever been on top of Spider-Man while Spider-Man was in his old suit pictured anywhere before? That might be a first for this. I don't know. I can't recall ever seeing Venom being on top of Spider-Man's suit. It became the suit, or maybe on top of regular clothes, but I can't ever recall it being on top of his normal uniform. So, anybody out there that has any other thoughts on that, let me know. Godzilla versus America, Los Angeles, Kid Juggernaut number 1. This is a collection of the Infinity Digital comics 1 through 6. I was not super impressed with the covers on this. I was hoping for more. Lost Fantasy, I picked up both covers. I think there might be more, but I picked up both covers of that because it's fantasy and they're swords, and that's how I roll. Okay, and this is the one that is special for me, Planet Death, right? I really enjoyed this. Now, I got a copy of the PDF for media that I was able to take a look at, and I can tell you that the art quality of this is going to be really good. Now, if you picked up the Planet Death number 0, it's on newsprint, which is really interesting. Now, they kept the price on this thing down super low. It's like $1.99 or something like that. But newsprint just does not convey the artwork as well as modern papers do. Now, it did have a nice retro feel to it, but I can tell you by looking at the PDF, this thing is gorgeous, and I really like the artwork a lot. This is really good. And it might even be kind of a throwback a little bit to the 90s, but not in a bad way. Some people will draw and they're like trying to be like 90s, and it doesn't really turn out well. And I don't know if that was the intention here or not, but I get that vibe a little bit. But it's good. This has got me excited for all of the coming issues of this, and I have subscribed. And I agree with Key Comic Collectors or keycollectorcomics.com that this is the key of the week. Now, what I really, really, really wanted, and I wanted one of these really, really, really bad, but I could not put down the $200 that was being asked by my comic book shop, was the 1 of 500 Planet Death Zero covers. But this thing is awesome. Wrap around. But $200. And just, I don't know. I just not for me. Let me get something to drink here. But that maybe I can find one somewhere else for $20 or something. Anyway, moving on. Power Company Recharge #1, Red Hulk #3. It's not a key. Slasher's Apprentice #1, Star Wars Hyperspace Stories Code Record #1, more Star Wars, Thunderbolts, Doomstrike 3, Ultimate Spider-Man #16, the most popular pull of the week, apparently. And then also the variant cover. And this is the first cover appearance of Richard Parker as Spider-Man in costume. I didn't pick this up. Maybe I should have picked it up. Oh, well, I didn't. Void Rivals #18. I don't see this as being a key. Weapon X-Men #3. Maybe it'll be a thing. Weapon Exile First View. And then Wolverine and Kitty Pryde #1. First appearance of Snow Samurai, Kill, Snare, and Getaway. I'm kind of excited for this. This is kind of old school throwback comic books. So this is pretty cool for me. All right. So let's go ahead and stop that. Now we're going to get into all the goodies. And first, we'll go through just a closer look at some of the issues that are coming out this week. Now, obviously, I don't pick up all of them. I would love to pick up I wish I could just go and say everything, all covers, give me one, go. But I don't know where I would store it at anyway. But let's take a look and see what we got going on here. So I think I can zoom a little more for you. And I'm going to take myself out. So goodbye. And here we go. We've got Red Hulk #3, which I think is a really nice looking comic book. I like the color that they use on Red Hulk these days. It's not bad at all. I enjoy that. I wonder if I could make this a little bit brighter. There's white balance, compensation. Maybe that would do it. Yeah. That blows it out a little bit, maybe a little bit more. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Okay. Here's a look at Fantastic Four #31. Here are the 2 Lost Fantasy covers that I picked up. And this looks like a, definitely Final Fantasy kind of font here, right? So they're definitely doing something there as a throwback. Here's your Void Rivals, and then your Planet Death. Very interesting comic book. It does not look great printed on this newsprint, but the PDF was absolutely stunning. All right. I've got these all out of order. So here's a Red Sonja versus the Army of Darkness. And I've got another copy, another cover, but I don't know where it's at. I'll get to it later. How about that? Here's the Godzilla that I was talking about before with God Venom, whatever that is. Haven't read yet. Now we move on with the Silent Missions, and this is the Duke Silent Mission, meaning that there is no text, no one talks, just pictures. And then Weapon X-Men #3. We have your Wolverine and Kitty Pryde. I really thought they could do better with the covers. They're okay. They're not bad. Happy to see Claremont writing this again. but I thought they would be a little bit better, especially an alternate cover. And then we have your Knicks here. The most requested comic book of the week, number 16 for Ultimate Spider-Man. And then I picked up, we're taking everyone down with us. I haven't read this yet, and it came out a month ago or something. Number 2 came out today. So I picked up number 1 just to see if it would be something that I would be interested in. I don't know. And then here's that other cover for Red Sonja versus Army of Darkness. It is foil, so I bought it because everybody knows I love foils. And then Hell Hunters, number 5. I think this is the end. And I picked up the variant because I don't think these are going to be worth anything at all, ever, forever, ever. And I like that cover better. So now I have it. Now from last week, I just picked up the Youngblood Deluxe number 1 in foil because it's foil. And then Doom Academy number 3. I am not enjoying this at all. This book for me is not good. Doom Division and TVA. We have a little Scarlet Witch action here on the front and a Doom Divisioner. And then we've got One World Under Doom, and we've got Thunderbolts Doomstrike versus the original Thunderbolts. I'm looking forward to that one. And then Rogue Savage Land number 4. I think this is a 5-issue mini, so it's almost done. And now that's like the small form factor comics for this week that I picked up. But I also picked up some largers, and I'm really excited about these big ones. So while I reach back here, to bring some of these over for discussion. All right, here we go. Haha, now we're getting into the good stuff. That's right. All right, Savage Sword of Conan, number 8. There are 3 covers of this. I only have 2 of them. My B cover did not make it in today, although I ended up with 2 covers of the A, and then one of the C, which is the Virgin version, right? And then another new release from this week that I'm very excited about, Heavy Metal. All right, and I picked up 3 different covers. This is not an inexpensive situation here. They are $15 a pop. And then this was the A cover. This is the something cover. And then this is the Frazetta, or however you say his name, cover. And this is beautiful. They also had the nudie booby one that I was going to pick up, but the only copy that my comic book shop had was damaged. It was like, looks like tape had been pulled off some of the ink. But Heavy Metal is back. Now, the one thing that's important about this is that this is thick. this is not 64 pages of comic book. This is humongous. And I have not cracked open one of these at all. And apparently this is the one that I'm going to read now because I've opened it up. So this is, let's see what's going on here. I mean, this is a lot of comic book. This is I feel like this is $15 worth of comic books. I feel like this is way more than what you get out of 3 individual $5 comic books. I mean, this has got to be like the equivalent of like 8 comic books or something. Super, super, super duper awesome. So I will read it, and maybe I'll be able to get one of these read by next week so you all can hear my thoughts on it. But super excited. I am subscribed to the A cover because, man, I can't add another $100 a month just for covers of Heavy Metal. But yeah, I'm going to collect this. And if I can find some of the older Heavy Metals, I'll be pulling those as well. Now, all right. You think that's all? But no, this week there's more. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. There's not enough space to move all this stuff around. And this is a heavy comic book too. This Heavy Metal is, this is in a thick magazine bag, and it's filling it up. I'm pretty stoked about that. As they say, but wait, there's more. So if you have been following, you also know that I am working on X-Men. And, well, we got a bunch of X-Men. All right. So I'm going to flip this over and go from newest to oldest. That way I can flip them and have them stay in order for me. All right. Just a quick run through of this week's pickups. We got 199, 197, 195, 190, and I need to put this in a new bag. 188, 186, some spine ticks there, kind of dirty. 184. I love this cover. This is one of my favorite covers. This is just outstanding. I've never owned this before, and I've always wanted one. I finally have it. 181, 174, 171, 170. I do not like that cover at all. 169, kind of a dingy cover. 167, another cover that I really like. 165, 164, another cover. I like these. There are a lot of covers that, have like a female character on the front, in some kind of action pose. And I just generally like those from this era. And I like this one a lot. 163, 162, 161, 156, 154, 153. We're almost done with these. 152. And to round out this week's X-Men acquisitions, 151. So, yeah, this goes a long way toward plugging holes for me down there. So now I'm primarily looking at 150 and down. And as we all know, the Dark Phoenix saga lives in that area. And I think there are 9 issues, 129 through 136 or something like that. So there'll be a lot of Dark Phoenix that I have to pick up. Okay, so that is my X-Men for the week. I will not have that many X-Men every week, obviously. Now, can you see me? Can you see my bald head? Yes, you can. I picked up some really low quality, older stuff, just for giggles. And I don't, this is the first time I picked up any of these like 1950s, I think ish time frame. These are all in lower condition, and I don't think I'm gonna keep these. I'll trade or sell them or something. So if anybody's interested in this stuff, let me know. So we got Sword of Zorro, Lone Ranger, another Lone Ranger, and a Red Rider, some Black Fury. I like it, Black Fury. I think this should be Black Fury written by Black Panther. Crossover. Rocky Lane Western. Little Beaver. You didn't know that this is actually pornography on the inside. Lone Ranger. And I mean, now check out Lone Ranger. They got this dude in some spandex now. There's no question about it. This guy, those are some tighties. I mean, they slapped him in that thing. I'm not sure that this is a clothing or materials that are time appropriate. A little anachronistic there. Gene Autry. He is very pretty. He is a pretty man. And they touched him up. And they gave him some rouge. And yeah, I mean, this 52 pages, all comics. Gene Autry again. Checking out his horse. And he's got his pistol over here. Is that a pistol? No, that's just part of the bridle brittle. I don't know how you say that thing the horse wears. All right, got Lone Ranger, action pose right here, showing off his badonkadonk. Showdown at Robber's Roost with my badonkadonk out. We got the Challenge of Zorro. Lash LaRue Western, signed by Lash LaRue. If that's actually Lash LaRue's signature, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe somebody just wrote on it. I don't know, but maybe it's real. If it wasn't such a crappy condition comic book, I'd send it in to CGC to be graded and see if they would authenticate the signature on it. But I don't know. Maybe I will anyway. I mean, it'd be like a 3 or something. I don't even know how to grade comic books, but I'm sure it would not grade well. Roy Rogers and Trigger. I mean, this is like going back in time. I mean, this is kind of cool. More Lone Ranger. This one's I like that cover better. The Vanishing Outpost. Lash and Fuzzy defy death in the Vanishing Outpost, a Western adventure production. All right. And we got another Red Rider. 52 pages. Somebody decided to write on it with a little, they're like, this is my comic book. And then a super poor condition Gene Autry. And then finally, a pretty worn out Cisco Kid. All right. These are pretty cool. I mean, they're pretty. I mean, I like the covers. I mean, I can see myself buying this stuff off the newsstand if I was younger back in the day, right? So kind of cool stuff. If anybody's interested in these, let me know. Maybe I should just give some of these away. Maybe that's what I'll start doing. Give away, a comic of the week or something. If people will send me money to ship it to them, they can have the comic book, but you got to pay for the shipping. And now this is going to bring me to the good stuff. I have 3 good stuffs that I want to show off. All right. 3. One of these is 2 of these are grailish, and one of them is unfortunate. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But let's go through these. Okay, so first off, we'll do grail number 1. Bam! That's right. Star Wars number 68 in what has to be at least a 9.0 condition, maybe 9.2. There's like one tiny spine tick, tiny, and then it's got a little bit of stacking roll, just a little bit. So I think this is going to go to CGC, and I'll have them clean and press it and grade it. So that's going to be in my list. So, and I've been making my list of things to send in my first CGC, and this is on the list. Okay, next up, this one is not going to be my forever copy of number 1 because it is not in good enough condition for me of Conan the Barbarian number 1. Like some tape was here and ripped off some of the print, and then the spine is not good and it's dark and a little bit of, so I mean it's thrashed out, but it might be a 4 or 5 or something. I wish I had some folks on here that would say, yes, this is definitely a 3 or a 4 or 5. I don't know. I need some people that can grade these things for me. The corners all messed up, but this is I'm glad to finally have it. I've never had one before. So there we go. And then this is the unfortunate find of the week. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures number 1. This is like $100 book or a $200 book or something like that, but not this one. This one is, let me see, kind of put my hand here. So it's spine rolled way out, creased here, corners pretty bad. It has not been treated well. It's still attached, but barely, but you know what? Somebody might want it. I don't know. I wonder if would anybody want this one. I've got another one that I'm actually going to send and be graded that I think is probably like a 8.5 or something that I actually bought off the newsstand when it was brand new when I was a kid. I don't have a lot of stuff from my childhood, but I do have some of my original comic books, and those are extremely valuable to me just from a sentimental point of view. And I am going to, it doesn't matter what the condition are, a number of those are going to get slabbed up just to hold on to, and then I can pass on to my kids and be like, oh, the boys, I had this when I was young and now I'm passing it on to you, and then they'll sell it when I'm dead. But but here are the the three interesting finds that I had that are not new comic books, um, but stuff that these two that I really, really wanted, and I'm really, really happy to have. Although I do want to upgrade this one day. This guy, this is my end game Star Wars number 68. So now I just need a Star Wars number 1. There's only 2. I mean, they're the keys that everybody talks about, right? And I want to get them. So I'll keep my eyes out for that Star Wars number 1. And then, like I said, I've already got one of these that I bought brand new when I was a kid. And this one, I don't know. Maybe I'll sell it. Maybe I'll sell it. I don't want it. I don't know. But these top loaded up. I thought about maybe getting this one graded just to have it so I could display it and feel good about it. I don't know what this would sell for. Maybe $50 or something. Maybe not even $50. This probably causes a huge problem. I don't know, but anyway, so that's what we got going on this week. Oh, my camera's kind of choppy. Let's just not move, and maybe that'll be better. Okay, so that's gonna close us off this week for new comic book day for April 30th, 2025. Remember, come back and join me next week. We'll be doing this almost every week, except when I'm on vacation. I love comic books, love to take a look at them, and love to talk about them. So make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell so you'll be notified when this stuff comes. See you guys next week. Take care.